Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Tank Battalion, 1958. Giving this 1 out of 5 stars. I just couldn't get into this movie. It's got the Riddler from Batman 1960s TV show. Frank Gorshin is his name. I keep calling him Riddler. It keeps popping up in these AIP movies from the late 50s. This is going to be a Korean War movie. And there's a pretty good looking mixed lady. She looks kind of Filipino to me, oddly enough. And so it takes place in during the Korean War. These 4 guys in a tank are going around watching all this destruction around them. And then the tank's got a problem. It's government property, so it tends to break down a lot. And, so they bring it back. They get a little reprieve. They get to hang out with the nurses and the bar singer, the Filipino lady that I mentioned, who's really the only attractive woman in this. And of course, she doesn't get naked because, after all, this is a 1958 movie. Even though it is AIP, they're not exactly as advanced as, say, Ingmar Bergman around this time. So nothing in the way of nudity in this one. Not that I was expecting it, but it's pretty boring. They go to a bar and hang out, and then they have to go back out on the battlefield to do this Operation Spider or something. And one of the Korean soldiers throws a grenade or something at the tank, and it becomes totally immobile. It's like they're stuck in there, and the Koreans are just hanging out in this little cove with their guns, shooting and whatnot. One guy tries to escape. He ends up getting shot, and then the other guy manages to escape. He comes back to his comrades there. This was the double bill with Hell Squad, which I reviewed recently, and anyways, not a good film. I'm not a big fan of war films in general, especially when they try to glorify war like this, like AIP always does. But war isn't about going to rescue your friend. It's about stepping over stinking piles of dead bodies. It's more like it. I think that's the reason why my grandfather never talked about war, even though he was in the army during World War II. He was supposedly fighting a just cause, according to the Catholic Church. At least some people in the Catholic Church say that. There are some libertarian Catholics who disagree. But anyways, I just had an interview on was it Telegram. Yeah, I've never used that app before, but I found my best friend on there. She's on every single social media known to humankind. And I told her I was up to. I'm thinking I could work like 115 hours a week, something crazy. But I have to work out my son's schedule because obviously it's going to interfere with his activities. And I was hoping I could pick him up early, like 2:30, drop him off at 4:30, work 10 hours, get ready for my next job, then work another 8 hours, get ready for my next job, and then work another 5 hours, something like that. And it's going to be even more nutsoid than when I have 4 jobs back in 2018, 2 years ago. I was thinking of just quitting my day job, just working from home for UHG. So, was hiring a bunch of data entry people. I'm hoping they can hire some of my coworker friends. The pay is the same as what I'm making my day job. It's even more during training. They tack on another $20 to the $25 an hour, for a total of $45 an hour during training. It seems like a good company. They like to promote from within, and there's room for growth. So why am I even thinking about working my day job? I could just quit my day job and make more money than I'm making right now, but although not as much as I made a couple of years ago. But I'm thinking if I keep all 3 jobs, I might be able to pull it off. Make 140 grand, sort of compensate for my best friend's lost Boeing income. If she ever decides to marry me, which is highly doubtful, but nevertheless, I continue to badger her constantly, and I don't know if it's doing you good. I don't even know if she's in California. I told her to let me know, and she said she would, and I haven't heard from her. So who knows what she wants? I don't even think she knows, but all I can do is just work hard, work crazy hours, save up my money. That's all I can do. I can't depend on other people, if you know what I mean. So, anyways, enough about that. It's in glorious black and white, this movie, of course. And it's got the Riddler. It's boring. They're either sitting in a tank, or they're at some bar, or they're hanging out in Lover's Lane, Korea. Not too much excitement going on there. Not very realistic depiction of war. And, just a bad movie in general. So, yeah, I got 3 more Netflix coming in, and I wonder if the mailman dropped it off already. Am I allowed to say mailman, or is it mail person in San Francisco? Try to make that joke with the landlord's daughter. She didn't take too kindly to my jokes or whatever. But trying to pull up my Netflix queue. We'll see what we got. It's movie marathon time. I got a 4-day weekend with my son. I'm 5 minutes away from going to pick him up. And we got nowhere to go because of the never-ending lockdown here. Nowhere to go besides Gold Gate Park. So I got Cabin Boy 1984, Delirious, 1991, and then Heaven's Gate. 2 discs from 1990. 3 hours and 39 minutes. This Heaven's Gate. That is a long, long movie. I don't know if I'll get through it. But got some pretty good cannibal movies coming up pretty soon. I got Cannibal Ferox, Cannibal Holocaust, and some other ones before that. Hopefully I can get them Friday. I don't know if the post office is open Friday, but I can get through Cabin Boy tomorrow morning. I got to wake up early, 6, to go through the UHG process after the interview. And yeah, I'm hoping I can put in a lot of hours. Just keep my 3 jobs, maybe go on PTO later this month, and just work while I'm while my son is here watching videos on his phone. That sounds like a good plan to me. Anyways, I got 3 minutes to get out of here to go pick up my son, so I better let you go. Can't recommend it, can't say check it out, but I did put the Riddler's real actor name in the description box for you. I hope that helps. Laters.